Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, traders from across the globe. Happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for tuning into my 2353rd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, the holidays are coming. Markets are going to start to flip around a lot. A lot of traders start the mass exodus out of the cities, which I guess happened when COVID started, but I don't know what that means anymore. But they stop trading and sort of close the books. Some do, some don't. Some of the bigger funds hang around and run these markets like crazy, so be careful and always put your stops in. So, what is going on out there for trading 12/21, December 21st, 2021? We're coming towards the end of the year. If you've watched the charts and watched the markets, and boy, if you listen to the television, Omicron is the name of the big drop in the markets that we're having, right? Omicron, oh my God, it's going around the world. I'm telling you, you got to watch, because from what we understand, and of course it could end up being worse, but from what we have seen right now, statistically and medically, what we've seen, you might get the sniffles, God forbid, and maybe a cough if it's a bad Omicron case. It's what I've read so far. I don't know if it gets worse than that, but from what I've seen, this one, yes, it's very contagious, but you get the sniffles, you might get a cough. Is that really a reason for us to panic? I don't think so. So, forget about that for a moment. I don't think that's why the markets are coming off. I think, that's in the back of people's minds, but there's always a thing on the news, and markets always move. I think it's this. Yes, there's Omicron out there, and there's COVID out there, but that's kind of not new. Omicron, a new variant, yes, but COVID we're getting used to. I say it's interest rate hikes and movement that we have just seen, and the Fed started to speed up tapering. The markets are adjusting for that, and they're coming off a little bit. In the past week or so, Great Britain or the UK, Russia, all over Eastern Europe, all over Latin America, I'm talking Mexico, Chile, Costa Rica, Hungary, Armenia, Pakistan, Turkey, all of them have raised interest rates. Now, this is a global economy, and if you've got that many central banks, especially the UK, raising interest rates, and Russia, there has to be some sort of equilibrium effect that takes place. An adjustment takes place. Now, the U.S., to add to that group, the U.S. is discussing raising rates and has speeded up its tapering of bonds, which used to, from what we understand, buoy up the markets, right? Well, all of that would require that the markets have some sort of a price adjustment and then maybe head back up. So I think we're seeing that price adjustment, and for short-term trading, the signals as well as daily bar charts are still calling for selling rallies for trading tonight into tomorrow, Monday night to Tuesday. The other side of it is this. For you swing traders, the swing trading signals and the weekly charts are all starting to call for a hold someday this week. I hope the hold doesn't start tomorrow, because we're going to start off short. If it holds tomorrow, our first trade is going to be expensive. If it doesn't hold tomorrow, which I'm not calling for yet, I am telling you this. Short-term, my OMNI is still red. I've got to sell the rallies. And the charts, when I show them to you, you'll understand why. Why wouldn't you sell the rallies? Short-term trading. We step out a little bit, bird's eye view, start to look at the forest from the trees and go out to swing trade signals where the market swings a little, and look at the weekly charts. It's getting to a spot where it should likely find some legs and then maybe start the Santa rally. That could be any day this week. It could be next week. We don't know when it's coming. And it might not actually happen, because the weekly signals could get smashed down through, and this could be a real event starting to take place, not a price adjustment, and down we could go. That could happen. But that's calling after, well, if this doesn't happen, right? First, we got to get through this. The dailies have to turn back to green. They're red right now. The weeklies are starting to find a place where we should hold. So to sum up, short-term trading, I'm going to sell rallies, get in, get out, sidestep. Slightly longer term minded, I am now looking for a place to say these markets are going to start to hold. And that's all within the next few days leading into the end of the year. So I thought I'd present you with a few charts now to basically back up this argument. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Traders, the Russell 2000, for short-term trading, I mean day by day, and short-term trading signals change from Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday. For the current short-term trading signals, this is your Russell 2000 daily bar chart. It has dropped 354 points, or a little more than that, of course, off the high, 2456.80. It's cracked all the way to 2102.30. Now, the whole chart structure itself does not look bullish. I think that you could call this a shoulder, and this a shoulder, and this a head for big head and shoulders. I would then start rounding these guys and saying there's a lot of head and shoulders inside of the head and shoulders. And I would say this looks pretty damn bearish for me for day trading, and it does for day trading. Then you look at the YM, which is basically the Dow futures, and this does not look good. You broke the 50 bar moving average, and we know that Wall Street is kind of in love with that. They see it's underneath it. They're selling it. This was the high, all-time high. Market had a jolt after that, went up, tried to test the all-time high, and never got there, right? Never got there. And we started a downswing. And that downswing doesn't look beautiful right now, so short-term signals like Monday into Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon. Right now, OMNI's red, and that doesn't look good. You look at the E-mini S&P, after it put in its all-time high, just last week, literally, it came down, and now it is here below the 50-bar moving average, which generally holds. And if it doesn't, you start to get a break. Right? If it doesn't hold, you start to get a break. If it does hold, you get a rally. Well, we're down below it, we're here. Day trading, that doesn't look good either. So yeah, we're going to sell the rallies. I don't care what anyone says. I'm selling rallies until OMNI signal flips back up to green. Then we go out to the weekly. Same chart, E-mini S&P, but now the weekly. And those same trend lines that we use on the dailies that work very well also work on the weekly. And trend line, didn't quite get there and still held. And now we are just about testing that trend line now. If this begins to hold, the next few bars should be back up. This is a weekly, though. This can take all week before it actually tells us what it's going to do. That's why for day trading, we can do what we're going to do with our OMNI signals, but the weekly, if the weekly holds this trend line, I think that's going to create a buy signal, and up we should go. That's your E-mini S&P. And you look at the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq looks like it could go a little lower before finding its support down here. Nasdaq is here right now. The support is here. And as you can see, look at how well the support has worked in the past. So you'd expect it to work, but that's Nasdaq dropping 200, 300, 400, whatever the number is here, points before it actually finds that support. So what I'm saying is it looks like we're getting close to an area where swing traders and Wall Street would probably come in and test buying, but we're not there yet, so it's safe to do a day trade where we're selling rallies for trading Monday night to Tuesday. Traders, two things. Come join me at livewithoscar.com. When you get there, make sure that you subscribe, or come to my YouTube channel and subscribe there. And then say this to yourselves, because I know it'll help you, and you know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Traders, thanks for tuning in. Good luck trading on Tuesday.